B-2 bombers has decided to go further than that, to focus on 3 separate nuclear targets here, delivering what they hope will be, in his words, a totally and completely obliterating blow to the nuclear program there. I should note that in my conversations here with multiple White House officials just before the president spoke, they told me that the president currently has no plans for additional strikes, but that now leaves open the question, as he has communicated in the form of that post a short time ago and in his remarks earlier, that if they do not see any movement toward peace going forward, if there is future retaliation, that the U.S. will go after Iran again, they said, with precision, speed, and skill. And he says this time it will be much easier, something they'll be able to do in just minutes, because so many of the defenses there in Iran have been defeated, knocked out by the Israeli Air Force over the course of the last several weeks. Again, I think of course, tonight is historic, it is significant, and is monumental, and now the infighting will exist on both sides of the political aisle about whether this was constitutional and their views of it. Republicans and Democrats are largely divided there, but ultimately, I think the real way that the legacy will exist for this president is not just the decision to do this, but what the immediate days that follow, and perhaps weeks and months that follow, look like. And what form does the retaliation take? Is the U.S., does this lead to peace, or does it lead to a protracted conflict? All things the president, through our conversations with national security officials and White House officials over the course of this week, had communicated to him by those advisors as they spoke to him over the week. In effect, he was told, as it was described to me, the pros and the cons, what the potential fallout would be of each potential scenario. And so now we have seen what the president has decided. Now we wait to see what Iran decides to do in response.